Hello, darlings, and welcome to Care Off Book. If you're new here, hi, I'm Carolyn, but you could call me Care. And if you're not new, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cough like that. I've been gone for a while, but I've been gone because of good news. I was in London, and that's where my husband and I were able to share with our friends and family that we're pregnant. And today I am 20 weeks pregnant, right? Did I say that right? Ugh. I know there's probably questions to answer, so I have a list of questions to get through as far as how this pregnancy is going. How did you find out you were pregnant and what was your reaction? I did not record it. I am not good at the influencing that people do where they actually record their reaction. I found out, I believe it was June 3rd, and it was almost like might have been 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I just knew I needed to use the restroom, and I was around a week late. Now, keep in mind, there's been times where I was late and then the Red Queen would come in. For the first time, I was not, like, my hopes were not up. I wasn't really getting any symptoms. I just was kind of like, oh, okay. But the agreement that my husband and I had was that I can take a test after a week. So I woke up because I was like, man, I really need to go. And they say the first catch of the day is the best catch. So in my head, I was like, oh, I better test now. Pretty much, I just remember tapping it in, putting down, like, it's like one of those cheap pregnancy tests, and I put it down and I went to wipe and I turn around and boom, there it was, the two lines, like very distinct, very like, there it is. Now I've never seen it before, so I just looked at it and went, no. So then I went and started shaking and got a second one to test, and then I just stared at like a crazy person, like looking at it as, you know, here comes the line, and then boom, there it was. It was two lines, and I just remember being like, oh my gosh, it's happening. Overall, I was just so excited, just happy. Was this pregnancy planned or was it a surprise? Okay, so with this question, I do want to be delicate with it because hopefully you'll understand, especially if you are someone that is trying and you're having a hard time. So as far as was this pregnancy planned? Yes. But this plan was going on for almost over 2 years. In the beginning, you know, you're like, oh, well, you know, it's part of the process, whatever. You hit the 6-month mark and you're like, okay, what's going on here? And the doctors are like, well, give it a year. But during that time, including when you hit the year mark and stuff, you're going through these tests. And the tests are like, you're good, you're golden, great. And so is your husband. And it's like, okay, so if we're good, where is this child? Like, you get to a point where you're like, I want to know what's wrong because I want to fix it. For each month, I felt like I was grieving because, I mean, to add insult to injury is the Red Queen comes in, right? So not only are you being kind of shown that not this month you're going, you know, that this child is on its way, you're being reminded for 5 to 7 days. You can actually see a glimpse of me grieving if you watch the Shoshana Bean waitress reaction video I have. Because during that time, I thought I was pregnant, and then the Red Queen came in. And then I went to react to this performance without actually knowing the show. And so when it happened, I kind of just allowed myself to, I don't know, let it out during that video. And so for those that are trying, just know, like, you are meant to be a mom. I was like, it may not be the time frame or how I think it's going to happen. So I just need to let that go. And also, oh, how annoying is it? Like, that's the thing everyone says. They're like, once you let it go, it'll happen. And it sucks because it's true. Her name is Janessa, and Janessa has this YouTube channel, fertility goddess. And her messages through that actually really helped me keep going at times. I'll link her channel just in case, I don't know. But there was something she said in a call with other ladies there going through, something. So it was nice, a little support system right there. Janessa shared something where she said, instead of thinking, oh my gosh, it's been this long, we've been trying for this long, make a decision to start over. Like, instead of it being day whatever, it's day one. You are deciding to let go of whatever journey that you've been on, and you're starting new today. And I heard that and I went, oh, okay. So then I was just like, you know what? I'm in a better place. I feel healthy. I feel good about myself. And so today is day one of my husband and I, trying for a baby. And within 2 months, surprise. So yes, it was planned, but for some reason it still felt like a surprise when seeing that stick. How have you been feeling so far? Any cravings or aversions? Let me tell you, I've been feeling good. I definitely will feel tired at times. In the first trimester, I had food aversions. I didn't throw up, which I was like, oh, thank goodness. I still haven't thrown up. So to me, I feel very lucky. But yeah, I would just for me, it felt like an identity crisis because there would be things I love, like noodles and butter and Parmesan. And all of a sudden I was like, I don't even want to look at noodles. I used to make like ground turkey and put in salads, and I was like, I don't even want to look at ground turkey. And then there would be times where I was like, I don't want to eat anything. So I'd only eat carrots for the day. And my husband was like, this baby's going to come out like so orange and have great eyesight. As far as cravings, like I remember when I finally was getting into I want this. The first one was cottage cheese. And then I was like, I want this. And my husband's like, okay, yeah, let's get a recipe and we can make it. And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, yeah, just pull up a recipe. That's like asking me to make butter. And like, what do you mean to go make cheese? Like, I know. It's like, so what? You're going to eat the cottage cheese? Like, what are you going to eat with? A spoon. Like, what do you mean? Another thing was split pea soup. And I made my own batch and everything. Sour cream and onion chips was another. Tikka masala. Ooh, yes. So those were the kind of dishes. Oh, carbonara, when I started finally eating like spaghetti again. Those things, my husband noticed that I was gravitating towards creamier dishes. Do you know the gender yet, or will you be keeping it a surprise? So the gender is not a secret. I wonder if I actually slipped already and said. So after you heard my cravings and everything like that, I did the old wives' tale with my friend, and I was like, everything is pointing boy, everything. And I was convinced. I was like, it is a boy. My husband's like, it's a boy. It feels like everyone is having a boy. So of course, and we go in and the doctor's like, would you like to know the gender? It's a girl. And I was like, wait. So first I was in a state of shock because I was just so like, man, what boy name am I gonna choose and yada yada. But I had the girl name. It was already done. I just felt this sense of, man, it has to take a real person to raise a daughter. And I think it's just one of the most courageous things to do. And I was like, I don't think I'm that courageous. I don't think I can have a daughter. And then I guess I just didn't think that I would actually have the privilege of having a daughter. I don't know. Like, that's just how my brain was working at the time. And so when the doctor said it's a girl, I remember everything else that was being said in that appointment was like, wah, 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 wah. My husband goes, oh, we already have a name for her. And right when he said it, I just felt myself being like, oh my gosh, like, oh, I forgot about her. I felt like if we were told it was a boy, I would have been like, yeah, I felt that. Yeah, I did. But then to have this sense of a lovely surprise of like, she's keeping me on my toes already. I'm so happy. I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh, perfect. Have you chosen a name yet, or are you waiting to decide? The only thing I'm willing to share is that it starts with O, and that's it. And you guys can call her Lady O, or I'll do my best to say Lady O instead of her name. But I'm not against sharing the name, but I go back and forth with it because I don't know. There are things where I'm like, I feel like that's her decision. Like if she wants to be known versus me pushing it on her. Just like you guys don't know my husband's name because to you, he's the professor. So that's where I'm at right now. Do you plan to share updates throughout your pregnancy journey on the channel? So I have good news about that. I think ever so often I might do a bump date and also talk about what musicals I'm looking at in shows, because this channel is about musicals and about different movies and shows that I think are interesting, or just different performances, and then hearing our take on it. And I want to keep it like that. But I also want to also show like, hey, this is what I'm going through. So for example, like as far as content I'm excited to talk about is I want to talk about the musical Mamma Mia, and I want to talk about other mother-daughter musicals like Gypsy and stuff. So it's like you will get a taste of like, oh, this is, you know, what Care is going through right now, but it's not all about, you know, Lady O. Are you planning a themed nursery or something more minimalistic? It will be minimalistic. I've been reading up on Montessori, and I really love the idea of helping my child be more independent in things. And so there is a way that the Montessori nursery is. But there's also factors in my life. Like there was something my husband shared with me that I was like, are we even going to be here? Are we going to be moving? So it makes me, you know, pause as far as what to do with the baby's room, because why am I going to do all this stuff if we're moving? But I have no idea. So I don't have an idea, except that I want it to be simple and an easy place for her to enjoy and play and move about. What's been the exciting part of this journey so far? I love when they do the scans and I get to see her. I love the fact that I talk to her sometimes, and I'm noticing I'm singing more, which usually I don't, but I don't know, I'm just so, I could cry about it. And I think that's why I want to go look at those musicals with mother-daughter relationships, because whenever I watched it, I never really looked through the eyes of the mother. So I would love to watch it and see, does my view change, or does it hit differently now knowing like I'm having a girl, and I'm excited about that. So this journey, I just noticed like I'm just so happy. Like what an honor that I get to be her mom and I get to see how this person grows. Like I have no idea what she'll be like. Like she might be totally into musicals with me and like will love Disney with me, or she might be into science and creating just like her father, or who knows, she'll have her own path. And I'm excited to see, you know, but I'm just so excited to see how this person grows. Have you experienced any unexpected symptoms or surprises during the pregnancy? The only thing I can think of is the food aversions, and then how weird the food aversions would be. So for example, there was a point where I was like, ugh, I don't want to eat salad out of a bag, but I'll eat salad out of those plastic bowls. Now I'm able to eat salad out of the bag. Another one was, I just remember being like, ugh, ice cream, gross, but I would love a milkshake. Like things like that. Now I'm able to, ice cream is still a little like, to me, but for some reason now I'm like, oh, chocolate chip ice cream. Like I used to wake up every morning and have a cup of coffee. And then I just remember like my husband made me coffee and I went, I don't want coffee anymore. Like, I don't want it. Again, I really thought I was going to be the type of pregnancy where I was like, ooh, let's eat this. Let's have this. Let's go. Previous me, non-pregnant me would be like, yes, let's go. And now all of a sudden I'm like, I'm not really feeling that right now. Ugh. And so it's throwing me off. Like, who am I anymore? What are you most looking forward to in this chapter of your life? I think the thing that I'm excited about the next chapter is feeling a sense of having a purpose, of yes, being a mom. And you know, I will be honest, there's things I've been writing down of like content I want to do for this channel that in a weird way, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for her to see this at some point. I want to talk about leading ladies on here and just different female characters that I love and why and want to pay tribute to, whether they're fictional characters or they are different actresses. I don't know, give them their flowers and what can we learn from them. I'm so excited to teach her things about myself, like the fact that I get to at some point with her rewatch Disney movies that I saw as a kid, and then to see her reaction to it is just so fun. That's it. I just feel like it's going to be so fun. I'm going to be so tired. I'm definitely going to be going through it, but I just can't help but feel this sense of like excitement. I think that sums it up. I hope that this video is helpful. I think I will do a bump date each month. And so if there's any questions that you have, or better yet, if there's any musicals that have a mother-daughter relationship in it, whether it's healthy, not healthy, please go ahead and let me know what musicals. The only two that came to mind is Mamma Mia and Gypsy, and I'm sure there's others. So darlings, I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're out there seeing shows. I feel like there's some exciting things happening. Like, I know that critiques are coming out about Joker 2, but I'm actually excited to see that. I know I haven't talked about Wicked on here, and to be honest, I think I will do my best to try and talk about more Wicked things, but not in the context of this is what they're doing in the show, because I want to have a good time. I want to be surprised. I'm going anyways. I feel like there was another musical movie or something coming out. Okay, oh my gosh, I forgot what it is, but it has music with Alan Menken in it, and it's the creators of Shrek, but it's going to be on Netflix, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to hear the music, of course, and the story looks pretty fun, and that's it. I want to bring the fun back into this channel, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm like, oh, this isn't fun anymore. But it's about to be again, and I hope you're excited too. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Oh my gosh, call CPS. Oh, this poor child is gonna be like, my mom is a cartoon character. But that's it. All right, take care, darlings.